Hallo julle, Roy
Hi
wat?
there. Welcome back to Spilling the Tea and
Koffie met Friskie Mariski en?
Bianca van Wyk.
There we go.
So now we are going to talk about a case that is not based in South Africa, but has got a lot of, and I think mainly women in South Africa. I've seen there is this great interest, and that is the case of Lindsay Clancy.
Yes.
And there are a lot of hot takes on it, and it is an extremely tragic story. The argument and I'm going to say the defense's argument, because I know that people have got very strong feelings.
I feel like I need a slip for this.
Yeah. Okay. So the defense's argument in this particular case, as they're defending their client, Lindsay, who it was in 2023. And it was in the United States, where it is alleged that Lindsay Clancy suffered a psychotic break after a long period of postpartum, and then ended up allegedly, because it is not, she hasn't been found guilty of that, killing her 3 children in the basement and then throwing herself out of a second floor window out of her home.
Which left her paralyzed from the waist down.
Yes.
And obviously severely traumatized.
Yes.
Like you said, it's a story that's been trending online, and it's kind of taken over the world. I've seen like a lot of people joining into like the whole movement, people saying like #be back Lindsay,
Yeah.
The one thing, like, I must say, guys, I'm not going to lie. For a moment, I was. #Lindsay, he did it, #justice. But, I think the more you start following the case, and if you speak to 1 or 2 people, you might like change your mind a little bit. But I feel that, that case has been amazing in showing, or actually bringing out mental health, and women's mental health. Because I feel that a lot of women go through similar things, not at that bad degree. But I mean, as a mother myself, I remember after the birth of my child also going through a dip. And at that stage, you don't know exactly what it is.
Yes.
But I mean, I think it happens to many more women. I think a lot of women actually suffer from this, not on the same degree, and this just indicates how serious it can get, and how deep and dark it can get.
Yes. It is, but okay, so we must also understand that the one thing that the defense did is list how much drugs this woman was on, and I mean prescribed drugs, that she could have had an underlying condition, possibly bipolar. And then she was prescribed,
But please subscribe to our channel.
Please do.
Yeah.
But she was prescribed drugs that could have led to a psychotic break. Now, we don't know if she had a psychotic break.
Because it still needs to be tested and proven and.
Yeah. And the issue now, and I think a lot of people are struggling to think that, yes, someone that she was an achiever in school, she was a qualified nurse, she was all those things.
That white picket fence look going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was healthy, she participated in sports, and she loved her kids, according to people that have given feedback. But it's difficult for people to actually comprehend that this can actually happen. It's the same as the doctor's wife. There was from South Africa.
Exactly thinking about that. When they moved to, was it
New
Australia?
Zealand.
Okay, New Zealand. They moved there, and then the woman felt severely depressed, and then she also killed the 3 beautiful daughters.
Yes.
And I mean, she was found guilty already, hasn't she?
I haven't followed that.
As far as I know, I think she's been found guilty and she's been sentenced. But I think she's sitting, in New Zealand, not South Africa, obviously, because that's a serious crime. But I am not, ek gaan nie jok nie. There was a time when I started going down the Lindsay rabbit hole, Yella, and you all know Yella was there. You guys were there, okay? It's the videos. It is you go into the theories, what do you say? Conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
There was a moment where I actually thought that Derek, the husband,
Patrick.
Derek.
Not Derek, but Patrick. Okay. But Derek, if you want to bring him in, it is a conspiracy. Let's just throw Derek into.
I'll be on God.
Okay.
Anyways, Derek Wieskinder from my Patrick.
It's
Well,
Patrick.
where I actually thought that he might have done it from the emails. I mean, people are saying a woman can't strangle, or let's say a woman's way of killing is not usually strangling. You know, there's so many things. I must say, I went down the rabbit hole. There is a deal. There's a part of me that wonder, was dit nie Patrick nie?
Okay, so I'm very clear on that. Okay, because yes, you can go down and they pick certain parts. Like for instance, the argument I got because I said, listen, I'm going with what her defense said right now. And her defense has not said she hasn't done it. Her defense also did not actually say Patrick or try and implicate Patrick. In fact, they have been very positive about Patrick, the defense. And I simply think that no, the timelines don't work out. One of the arguments that was given to me, because after, she was found, she had tried to, before she jumped, she had tried to cut her own throat, allegedly. And the argument is, yes, but surely, because she was a registered nurse, that she would have got that right. And I'm thinking, okay, you are looking at a woman that is severely drugged. Okay, severely drugged. She is possibly experiencing a psychotic break. And you want to tell me that she would have cut her own throat perfectly as if she was a surgeon. I also want to highlight, you don't get taught how to cut your own cartilage in nurse school. It's not about cutting your own.
Yeah, so, ding, 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 ding.
So I'm just saying, so yes, I understand that people can have opinions, rightfully so. But for me, it's the damage that does, if we're going to go down that rabbit hole, to not recognizing, yes, this has possibly happened to someone that had a psychotic break. This is a woman that had a history, a documented history of struggling. And she was severely drugged by different doctors. And, I think the only real, I would say, stars when it comes to the medical profession in the end with those was the nurse, for instance, that documented everything. Amazing. And there were doctors at the end that started recognizing, listen, there's something off here. So for me, I would say that I am still at the stage where I know in Massachusetts where this has happened, that they don't have the not guilty by virtue of insanity. They've got not guilty because she can't accept criminal responsibility. And that is the defense's plea. It's seldom, I just wanted to highlight for those people that are team Lindsay, is that it seldom works. It's got a very, very small chance of working. However, when I watched the opening arguments by her defense attorney, he listed every doctor's appointment, every drug, and how it was just from one doctor to another and one drug to another, that I can't believe that the jury is going to ignore that. Yeah, so that's my take.
Do you know what I also think is let's say this happened in South Africa and they tried to go this route. Our law and the USA law are a bit different, but let's say they tried to go the route of insanity. To me, the sad part here is the children are dead.
Yes.
And there's only two options, prison or mental institution.
Yes.
For sure. And, to me, it kind of feels like, what? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. What are we fighting here? I do agree that maybe there should be better, like the medical and let's say mental health and that type of thing. We thought America was better than South Africa in the sense of healthcare or whatever. I've been speaking to a few people, it sounds like dit gaan net so kak daar, julle, So maybe this is a precedent case actually to challenge mental health. More can be done. And, looking more serious into something like this when you do see the red flags, But Bianca, even though, like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, I hate conspiracy theories, okay? But I did, like, I went deep into this. And I did for a moment believe, he did it. But, like, just speaking to you about Patrick, and kom ek agter, and I know our, like, vibe is, you're the logic one, I'm the erratic one. So just speaking to you a little bit, I kind of feel like, fuck, sorry for that word. I hope you
No,
bleep
it's
it out.
fine. No, I'm not bleeping it out.
But the sad part is,
Yeah.
why do you think everyone is reacting like this? To me, I think because it is shocking. A mother killing 3 children, but it's not isolated because we've had that before and it's been a South African woman.
Yes.
But why do you think it's got such a moose impact on the world and even South Africa? Hier's ons as Suid-Afrikaners. We've got people following this case like it's Oscar Pistorius.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ons moet 'n bietjie opvolg doen oor Oscar.
Yes.
Wink.
But what I wanted to say is I think it is because it speaks to people. And specifically, it speaks to a lot of women, is like how they might have experienced that very alone experience where you have to put up this picture that everything's okay, but you're not okay. And I think that is a major issue. So for me, I'm very clear is that I'm on the side of the law and the evidence so far. So no,
Ek gaan my nou drank dryf.
sorry, but
Dis sy. Ja.
but I can say this. I feel that she was failed by a system, and because of what I know about the attempts to get help and that kind of thing, I could even say yes, maybe the husband should, Patrick should have been a little bit more attentive, but I'm careful on that because the defense indicated that he stopped working in the office and came and worked from home to assist, and the defense indicated that. Okay. So that was actually part of the opening statement, which a lot of people
seem to have missed. They only jumped on the bandwagon when it's, the exercise tapes, jumping out the window,
and it's
slashing the hand.
We all become CSIs, and we know stuff.
But that's a good point, Bianca. Maybe this is a question to ask. There's a difference between awareness and a global consciousness that's kind of developed from this.
Yeah.
But I think there's a fine line between trial by media.
Yes.
Verstaan? Because like in the one way, like in the one sense, I wanted to ask you, do you feel sorry for Lindsay? I think the reason why I feel so sorry for her is that when you look at her and she sits there and you look at the expression on her face and you hear like the gory details, you kind of feel like, oh, shame. You wish someone was there to help her better. We can judge and say, or you're not judging, I'm judging. I feel maybe I still think the husband could have stepped in and say, weet jy wat, jy's fucked op pille. Sluit jou toe, get you a fluffy wall, you calm down, But I also understand, I've got one child. But I mean, raising a child is difficult, and they've got 3 different ages and also difficult ages.
Yeah.
Verstaan jy? Dis nie asof jy
8 months. The baby was 8 months and the oldest was 5 years.
Maar verstaan jy?
Yeah.
So, if I'm being honest, I can also understand if the father is overwhelmed in the sense of he's got the 3 children. You said he's working from home. Okay. Obviously,
at a stage.
Yeah. And then you've got your wife, and I mean, I think it's also like, so yes, do I believe he could have done more, or kon hy bietjie meer wakker gewees het? The reason why it makes me sad is I wish at some point someone stepped in and said, hey, Lindsay, kom ons help jou, you know? And now we have to look at a woman on, I don't want to say national TV because it's international, but you look at this woman as she experiences everything going on in court, you know, evidence being read, the postmortems, you know,
And it's heard over and over again how,
For
what the
sure.
first responders saw, and
you know, so
Yeah.
you know, I think maybe kudos to us for having empathy,
yes,
you know, and thank goodness, you know, people in this world still has a little heart. But Bianca, you have reminded me on Bikineta, like, just look at the facts as well. You know, it's like one thing to feel sorry for someone, but 3 children did die.
yes, it was very tragic. And there is a woman that's tragically going to be in a wheelchair for the rest of her life, and possibly in prison or in a
Yeah.
mental institution. So I just think we must be cognizant of what we're seeing, but also understand that this is not an isolated thing. I read a story a little while ago, and funny enough, it was just a quick flash of a woman in KZN that drowned her toddler in a bucket of water.
Net so erg.
And you know, it's just sometimes we've got to realize there is a mental health issue, and also it brought up the fact that doctors just prescribe medication after medication after medication, and what impact that has had. And I've seen that in real life, what it's done to people. So yes, so I think that's for me what I take away from it. I feel for Patrick and for Lindsay and for the entire family.
And
about
everyone
this.
else that kind of
Yeah.
felt like, I always say you've got primaire slachtoffers,
Yeah.
primary,
Primary victims and
secondary, tertiary.
Yeah.
You know, and as a journalist that's written for many years, I always see it. The family or the immediate people are usually affected. Maar daai ripple effect, you know,
Yes.
like people, like we are people, we connect, we feel, you know.
Yes.
So, you know, and another thing that, like, closing off on this, I think it's interesting to look at the healthcare systems.
Yes.
This not only highlights that, but if you would remember a few months ago or a year ago, the Luigi Maggioni
Yes.
case, that was also like, okay, assassination, what, but it all came down to the healthcare. You know, and the one thing that this kind of blew open to me is as a South African, you know, we always thought that, you know what, let's say, for instance, in the state health, it's so dire, it's going so cock, you're not getting medication, you're not getting the proper help. But this has highlighted to me that even a state like America, the healthcare system is it's in shambles.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's expensive, and fortunately you see, and it's a double-edged sword. I mean, the Clancy's had the money to go to doctors. In fact, Patrick even took Lindsay to a facility at a stage where she was booked in for a few
Yes.
days, and she left early for her daughter's birthday. Cora is the little one, the oldest, left early for her daughter's birthday, 1 day early. But they had the money to do that. It's very expensive, and I know because I've got family in the United States, and also, you know, that we've got to keep that in mind, is that even if you have the money to use it, you can still get to doctors or to psychologists that psychiatrists, psychiatrists that actually give you the wrong medication, or you know, up your meds too many times or anything like that. So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that for me that I will take away from this. Feel very sorry for all the victims in this story. I mean, there's no win in this situation.
Nobody wins here.
No
you
one
know,
wins.
the Patrick has been left scarred for life. Yes, he has remarried, and not 3 years ago, 3 months or whatever.
Yeah, he married in 2026. So
Okay,
people
so
are making up the entire
rustig raak.
Yeah,
Okay.
a whole lot of so he married in 2026, and then you've got women saying, yeah, but he had an affair based on, you know, what is your
And then
information?
the other question is, let's say you're grieving a partner.
Yeah.
Take away all the conspiracy. Let's just say it is what it is. Okay. Lindsay committed suicide. She did
tried to.
Sorry. Yeah. She killed the children and then attempted to and failed. But I mean, how long should Patrick have waited before he moved on as well? For Sonia.
Yeah, I don't like
So,
yeah.
for Sonia, so we can argue about this. We can say it's too soon, it's too late, it's too whatever. Yeah. I just hope that something positive comes from this case in the sense of even if we are all more aware of mental health.
Exactly.
Whether you are sitting in South Africa following the case or you're in the UK or in India, Australia, New Zealand. No, I really hope it like kind of opens us to be more like wary.
Yes.
No?
And open our ears and eyes to certain signs, you know. And she was in Lindsay's case, she was fortunate enough to have a mother that immediately dropped everything and came to see her when she asked for help. Her mother and her father came immediately. She had those things. There are a lot of people in this world that don't have that. And I think that's what we have to realize is the systems need to work appropriately to catch people so that we don't have these tragedies. And also recognize that this is a tragedy.
Yeah.
Okay. No one's winning in this situation. So that is my take. Thank you very much for joining us. And I know there's going to be people with different
Yes,
views.
what I wanted to say, guys, please join the conversation,
Yes.
okay? Like, follow, and share me and Bianca.
Exactly.
And you know what? Me and Bianca, we've got thick skins.
Yeah.
Ons is ek wil sê Afrikaans en nee, we South African tannies, okay? English, Afrikaans, but join the conversation. Tell us what you guys think. How long have you been following this case and what would you hope to
What
see?
stands out for you?
Yeah.
What do you want to see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
We'll
that's
see
all
you
for
again.
us.
Thanks
Okay.
a lot.
Bye.
Bye.